Hi guys! If you don't know me, my name is Marie, and this is the Essential Oils Crash Course. Getting started, uh, what oils you must have, and how to order them. And I'm going to just do a little screen share here. I'm going to share my PowerPoint. Oops. Sorry about that. Hold on just a minute. Okay, so we should be good to go. So again, welcome to the class. So just a little bit about what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk about what are essential oils, what is the history, what are they used for, how do I use essential oils, and how do I know which brands to buy, and where do I start? So before we get started, I just want to let you know this is a class for learning purposes only, not a doctor. I'm just sharing what's worked for me and my friends. Please consult a healthcare practitioner when making any changes to your medical routines, and this information is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Right? I'm just sharing with you how essential oils have changed my life and those of other friends around me. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. I cannot promise you any certain results. Again, I can just tell you what's working for me and my friends and family. So let me tell you very quickly a little bit about myself, and then we'll get right into essential oils. So you'll see another picture of me and how I got into essential oils. Was I came home, I lived overseas for several years, I came home, I was having a lot of digestive problems. And I couldn't figure out what was going on and what was wrong. And so I was telling one of my friends, and she said, well, you should really try essential oils for your symptoms. So she told me which one to order, and she told me how to put it on topically onto my stomach. And to be honest, I was a little skeptical at first, and some of you may be skeptical too. It's a little skeptical that these oils would work on my digestive issues just by putting something on my stomach. But I knew this friend, I trusted her, so I went ahead and started and got an essential oil. And I followed her directions on how to use it, and I was really surprised when it worked. And so that's kind of what got me on the journey of learning about essential oils, what they are, what they do, and how to use them. And so what I want to do today is really kind of share some of the stuff I've learned, some of the questions that you may have that you want some answers to. I want to answer some of those. And then at the end, I'll tell you some of the stuff that I use and how you can get it as well. You do not have to use a certain essential oils to get a lot of value out of this story. But if you do want, or this class, but if you do want to talk to me and consult with me and see what I use, stay all the way to the end of the class. So let's jump right in. What are essential oils? They are the most powerful part of the plant. They are distilled from shrubs, flowers, trees, roots, bushes, fruit, rinds, resins, herbs. Right? Oils can consist of over 100 organic compounds. How are oils made? Well, it takes a great deal of work to produce a tiny amount of oil. It's the very essence of the plant. So, for example, 60,000 rose blooms provide 1 ounce. Lavender is abundant, So 220 pounds provides 7 pounds of oil. Jasmine takes about 8 million blooms to produce 2.2 pounds of oil. And sandalwood trees need to be 30 years old and 30 feet tall before they're harvested. And this will also account in how the prices are done. Right? Lavender is abundant, so it will be a cheaper oil. Right? Rose tends to be a little bit expensive if you get the nice pure oil and not rose water. And the sandalwood can be very expensive as well, just because it takes so long and so much to get just an ounce. So a little goes a long way. So, for example, most oils are somewhere between $10 and $30. Right? There's some that are a little bit less, and of course, when you get into things like rose and sandalwood, they're going to be more than $30. But the average amount of prices is between $10 and $30. Essential oils are usually sold in 5 milliliter bottles or 15 milliliter bottles. And just to give you an idea of how long something lasts, like the 5 mil is going to be about 90 drops, the 15 mil, about 250 drops, right? If you get a good quality essential oil, each application is going to be between 1 and 3 drops. And you can get anywhere between 45 to 90 applications for each 5 ml bottle. You can get 83 to 250 applications with the 15 ml. So a little does go a long way. And as you're looking at your quality and your price, remember that this is something that does go a long way, right? And another example is a thieves cleaner. It's made of plants and it costs about $1.50 to make. So what is the essential oil history? It's gotten really popular and trendy now, but it has a long history. So I want to give you some examples all over the world of how essential oils have been used. So oils are mentioned 1,100 times directly or indirectly in the Christian scripture. The first time in the Bible is actually Genesis 37, when slave traders took Joseph, carried spices, balm, and myrrh. Right, the most famous one in the Bible you'll probably know is baby Jesus was given frankincense and myrrh, which are both can come in a essential oil. Other cultures that used it, Egyptians used essential oils in mummification. They used oils to make perfumes. Greeks and Romans used them aromatically. They also made perfumes. Oils have been used in Ayurvedic medicine in India. They're used in Chinese medicine. In Europe in the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, there were some oils that were used, and we'll actually talk about one essential oil that kind of comes from that period of European history a little later. And it was only after World War II that essential oils were rediscovered. And science on their use seems to grow every year, single year. There are different things out there that you can look at in different studies. So it's just a little bit about the history. Why use essential oils? Right? It supports your body. You can use essential oils to support every system in your body, also your hormones, brain health, healthy weight management, emotions. It can help with spiritual support and stress. You could also use it as a chemical-free home. Right? So there's an example here of a thieves household cleaner and a laundry. You can start swapping out different chemical cleaning products to live a simpler lifestyle, a purer lifestyle, and you can do this all without breaking the bank. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about this and maybe even pause this video for a second and go to your bathroom, go to your kitchen, pull out your cleaning products, look at the ingredients. Go to your bathroom, look at your skin products, your toothpaste, your shower gel, your hairspray, anything that you use, and see how many chemicals are actually in stuff that we use every day. Right? Every day we put stuff on our skin, we put stuff on our bodies, right? If you use a deodorant, a room deodorizer, look at the ingredients in the room deodorizer. These are all chemicals that we are breathing in, and they can contain some dangerous, damaging chemicals. So we have statistics that say the average woman applies over 300 chemicals a day to her body through soaps, makeup, shampoo, and hair products. 80 of these products are applied before breakfast. That's a lot of chemicals. Right? The advantage to essential oils is they have just one ingredient. Right? Lemon oil has lemon, oregano, tangerine. Means there's no additives, there's no chemicals, there's no yuck. So you want to use essential oils. A lot of people ask, well, how do I use them? So there are three main ways that you can use essential oils. The first one is the English way, which is topically. The second is the French way, where they ingest them. And the third is the German way, in which they diffuse and inhale them. And this can be one of the most effective, and it's definitely one of the most popular methods. And you'll see here in the corner, there's a little picture of a diffuser. So let's talk a little bit about each way. So the first way is topically. So I use a lot of my oils topically. One of the things when you use oils topically is you want to use a carrier oil to dilute them, right? If you've got a very good essential oil, we'll talk a little bit about what are some good ones a little bit later, or how to determine a good one, then it's going to be very concentrated. And so most of the time you want to dilute it a little bit. This will make your oils go longer. It also will help you to absorb the oils into your body better. So we say use a carrier oil. And so what is a carrier oil? It's an oil like olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, jojoba oil. It's something that you can use to make your oils, again, go farther, slow down the absorption so that they become more useful. Right? And so when you're using them topically, most of the time you'll see, I'll say 1-to-1 ratio or 2-to-1 ratio, right? For children or pets, you're going to dilute it a little bit more than you would an adult. And so you'll also see that in some of my recipes and things, if you look on Facebook, that you want to dilute them a little bit less for pets or children than you would adults. Right? But just be aware that most of the time you want to use a carrier oil when you put out your oils on topically. The second one is a bit of a debate here. This is, can you ingest essential oils? And the short answer is yes and no. So some essential oils can be ingested, right? And usually you can tell which ones they are because they come from fruit, they come from herbs that you normally eat, right? So these type of herbs, fruit, these type of essential oils you can use. But where you need to be careful is the quality of the oils. And I would recommend that you only use 100% therapeutic grade A oils. We'll talk a little bit about what that means in the next few slides, but only using those. And then in addition, make sure you check with your manufacturer or distributor. Check the bottles. Make sure it says that you can use them. Many distributors will put right on there things do not use internally. So you want to check the bottles. You want to check your manufacturer. You want to check your distributor. You really want to be careful about what oils you ingest. However, there are some you can ingest. The particular brand that I prefer, you can ingest. But that's just something to be aware of, is that before you ingest any essential oils, first make sure it's an oil that you can ingest, and then make sure it's a brand that you can ingest. The third way is the most common, right? This is the aromatherapy This is the diffusers, right? And this is just a little bit about how do the oils enter your body, right? And you'll see a little picture there of someone sniffing a rose, and it goes right in through your nasal cavities. Tests have shown that oils reach the heart, liver, and thyroid within 3 seconds of being inhaled. They were found in the bloodstream 26 seconds after they're applied topically. They can last in the body anywhere from 3 to 6 hours in a normal, healthy body. Right? So you don't want to be applying too often, right? You want to think about 3 to 6 hours. Again, it'll depend on how much you dilute it, but that gives you a good average. Are they safe, right? People are asking us, are they safe? Are they safe to use all the time? Well, there are some things that you do need to be aware of. First of all, certain oils are photosensitive. These are mostly our citrus oils like lemon and grapefruit. So if you're putting on oils and going straight outside, you don't want to use those type of oils. Right? When using on your skin, always watch for redness and dilute with a carrier oil. And we talked about that a little bit a couple minutes ago. Dilute with a carrier oil, right? If you look for redness, if you're getting a little bit of redness on your skin, then you want to add more oil to your essential oil. So more carrier oil to your essential oil. Right? Again, dilute on children and pets because their skin is more permeable and absorbs oils more quickly. Do not ever put oils near your eyes or in your ears. Those are the two places you do not want to put your essential oils, is in your eyes or your ears. So just be very careful. And if you do these few things, then you should be safe. So the next question becomes, are all essential oils the same? There are so many out there, right? There's so many brands. This is exploding. Are they all the same? And of course, the short answer is no. And so here I have different grades of essential oils. So we're starting with the most concentrated and what I consider the best first, which is the grade A therapeutic oils. They're made from organically grown plants and distilled at low temperatures. Right. There's grade B, food grade. These you might find in some of your beauty products and some of your food. You know, it's very trendy to put some of this in here. And these can contain synthetics, pesticides, fertilizers, chemical extenders, or there could just be a lot of carrier oil to dilute the oil itself to make it go farther and be able to sell it cheaper. Grade C is perfume, right? So often these perfumes also contain chemicals and solvents to gain higher yields in the field. Some of these solvents can be dangerous and cancerous, and they're in many store-bought oils, right? Especially ones maybe you find in the grocery store or your drugstore, right? And they also may be diluted 80 to 95% with alcohol, right? Even though it might say 100% pure essential oil, that only means that 5% of the oil has to be essential oil, and the rest can be diluted with a carrier oil, alcohol, formaldehyde. So just really be aware of what you're buying and what brands you're buying. And the last one, grade D, is called floral water. Right? It's for aromatic use oil only. You only want to put it in a diffuser. It's usually a byproduct of this grade A distillation. After all the oil is pulled out, there's leftover floral water and it's sold to companies. They in turn will fill 5% of the bottle with this floral oil and top it off with carrier oils or other things. So, and sometimes you'll see floral water, and that's what it is, right? When I get a lot of the rose water, that's a floral water. So you just need to be aware of the different grades of essential oils. And I really recommend for most things that you want to start with that grade A therapeutic oil. Right, again, pure essential oils only need to be 5% oils. There is no regulation other than that. And a lot of companies, including the one I work with, will say that theirs are 100% pure therapeutic grade oils. But what does that mean? And how do you know? Right? So you don't know. So what you have to do is you have to do your own research. You have to ask the distributor or the manufacturer, right, how things are made. Right? You want to know things like, are the plants hand weeded? Do they use pesticides, chemicals, or weed killers on their plants? Right? If they're using those things and you're trying to be chemical free and healthier, it's not going to work, right? You'll still be using lots of chemicals and only. So you want to just double check on how they're making things. And then one of the most important things to me is, how are the essential oils being processed? Because that kind of goes to the first two things. So questions to ask the manufacturer: who owns the farm? Like, is it the manufacturer? Are they getting things from somewhere else? Who's doing the distilling, right? If they're not getting it, if they don't own the farm themselves, right? Do they have a vigorous testing process so that they can make sure that everything that they're getting from their manufacturer or their farmer is in fact what they're paying for? And then one of the last things is it transparent? Right? Can you call the manufacturer? Can you ask them questions? Can you go to the farm to see the plants? Can you go to the distillery to see how everything is made? Right? When we're going to essential oils and we're doing it a lot of times to be healthier and be chemical free, you really want to make sure when you talk to the distributor or the manufacturer that you're actually getting the best product, right? So these are things to ask, right? And if it can take a lot of time to do this. So that's why at the end of this presentation, I will tell you, I've already done some of this research, and I will tell you the particular brand I use and why I use it is a lot because of this, because I know how it's made, and they're very transparent. But that's for the end. This is, if you're using a different brand or you're not sure, then just go right to your internet site, your website, and just ask the manufacturer or the distributor. So a lot of companies will sell oils more cheaply. And why do they do that? Well, it's kind of the obvious answer. They want to save money. Think about it. If you spray your crop with pesticides, you have more crop. If you use a chemical solvent to extract the oil, you're going to pull more out than when you distill it. If you dilute it with a cheaper oil or a carrier oil, you can stretch the oil that you've distilled. Most essential oils are sold more cheaply because companies cut corners, and that's why you really need to do your research on whatever company you're using. So the other question you get is, then you've looked at the manufacturer, you know what kind of oils you want to get or what brands you want to get, you've researched it, but then when you actually go to get essential oils, there are so many different types. So how do you know which ones to start with? Right? There are over 300 oils on Earth, right? Then you get into different blends of all those oils, and it can just go on and on forever. But really, when it comes down to it, you only need 10 to 20 oils to really start to build a good kit and to really start changing your life and being on a more healthy or chemical-free lifestyle. So where to start? So in the next part, I'm going to talk about a few different oils, and I'm going to talk about 12 oils. These are some daily oils that anybody can use. These are ones that are recommended because they're used the most often and they're most versatile. So the first one is going to be frankincense. And again, you'll remember frankincense probably from the Christmas story, right? The wise men give baby Jesus gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So frankincense is actually one of the top skin oils. It can help the appearance of skin. It's also a key ingredient in Young Living's brain power because it can really help with focus. It's used, you can diffuse it during prayer time to help with grounding and purpose. I've used it a lot for focus. And then also I have a friend of mine that likes to use it when she's got some headaches. She likes to put a little bit on her temple, and that helps. I'll use it sometimes. The frankincense is one of those I'll use when I do yoga to kind of help me to focus on the mind and the body. I'll also use it when I'm doing my prayer time or my devotional time. And again, it will help me focus and help with, and mostly I diffuse the frankincense when I use it during prayer time. The second one is peppermint. This one is one of my all-time favorites. Right? It supports gastrointestinal comfort, healthy bowel function, healthy gut function, helps maintain efficiency of the digestive tract. Right? One of my friends likes to use it every time she gets in the car. She'll pass it around. Everybody. She lives in a very hilly, rural part of the country, and so this way, everybody kind of calms down, and everybody's stomachs calm down to prevent any kind of motion sickness. I love using this. I use this in recipes. I make a dark chocolate truffle, and I'll use dark chocolate peppermint truffle, and I'll use the peppermint oil in that. I use it when I make my own toothpaste. Sometimes I'll use it before I exercise with cardio because it will help to give me a little bit of extra energy and open up my my respiratory function. So I love to use it just before I exercise. Gives me that extra boost. The other one that's very popular is lavender. Right? And obviously a lot of people know that lavender oil is used for relaxation. You can diffuse it for a calming, soothing aroma. You can put it into a nighttime bath. You can also put it into a linen spray and spray it on your bed at night before you get into your bed. It's also a great skin oil, so I'll use it for my cuticle oil because it's one of those great things, along with frankincense and a couple other great skin oils. I'll put that in my cuticle oil, and I'll just put that in when I'm doing a manicure or just to help anytime my cuticles start to look a little ragged. And it also can be very good for stress, obviously, as it calms you down a little bit, right? And there's like 1,000 uses for lavender. So if you kind of Google out there, that's like one of the most popular. There's lots of things to do with it. And if you're like me and you don't really like the smell that much, there's plenty of different blends and stuff that will give you that relaxation without the overpowering smell of lavender. Citrus Fresh. This one is kind of a fun one, right? It is used to freshen air, eliminate oils. Here they use it as a carrier oil to moisturize your skin or a soothing massage. Right? You can spray it outside. I like to use it in my laundry, right? So I don't want the chemical smelling fresh laundry smell. So what I'll do is I'll put it on some wool balls that I keep in the dryer, and I'll put about 2 or 3 drops on each ball, and then when it's in the dryer, it'll kind of spread that Citrus Fresh right onto some of my clothes, which I love to do. Also, when I got a new car and my mom got a new car, I put some Citrus Fresh right on I have a car diffuser, and so I put it on there. You could also put it on a cotton ball and just stick it right in your vent, right? And you put that Citrus Fresh on, and it'll eliminate any odors that might be in your car. So it's a really great one for odors. Right? Then we have Thieves. So Thieves is great to help support a respiratory system, maintain overall wellness. And this is that one that I was alluding to earlier. This one is something that started in medieval Europe. And there's a reason that we call it thieves. So during the Black Plague or the bubonic plague, right, people were going around. There was this group of people going around, and they were taking things off the body and going into houses where people had died to steal things, thieves. But the curious thing was that they weren't getting sick. And so they put on, and you might have seen pictures of this mask with a very long, skinny nose. And inside of those masks, they were putting these herbs and spices. And these herbs and spices were helping with their immune system, apparently. And so that's what thieves is made of. It's those herbs and spices, right, that were used back then to boost their immune system is in this as well. And so not only is this a great thing to diffuse or to take with a healthy respiratory system, but if you look on, there are lots of different recipes to make your own laundry detergent, clean any kind of cleaning products. Also, there are different, if you go online, you'll find different products that have cleaning products already made that have this thieves essential oil in it. So it's a big one in chemical-free cleaning products. This next one, Stress Away, it's exactly like it sounds. It promotes wellness. It's great for your daily health. It's a top emotions oil. Right? Some of these would tend to be more physical or smell good. This one is one that it's helpful with emotions. And most often I use this as like a room spray. So I was working at a very, very stressful job. I would keep a little bottle of this Stress Away. It's Stress Away with a little bit of the room spray is Stress Away with a little bit of vodka or witch hazel and then some water. And you just shake it up and you spray it. So every time I got stressed, I would spray it. If my coworkers would come in and they were stressed, they'd be like, "Oh, spray some on me," or we spray it on their wrist like our perfume and smell it just to help with all the stress. It's a great one I can use in the evenings if I do yoga for stress relief. It's one of the oils that I will use when I do yoga for stress relief, just because it will really help and enhance my yoga program. At least I find that that's what it does for me. Next one, lemon. Everybody loves lemon. This was my grandmother's favorite. Right? When we were cleaning out her house, I found 4 bottles of lemon essential oil. Right? It is a great flavor enhancer for food and water. It's a key ingredient in thieves and Nimsa Red. Right? You'll know, you've heard if you've looked into different weight loss. I remember even as a teenager, like everybody saying that lemon and hot water was a great thing to take right first thing in the morning to help with cleaning out your immune system. And so I did that with actual lemons for many, many years. And when I started using the essential oils, I changed to the lemon essential oil. And it's just one drop in your hot mug of water. And it does the same thing. The really nice thing about the lemon essential oil is that it's made from the rind of the lemon. So it's less acidic. So those of you that maybe have a more sensitive stomach, you may be able to tolerate the lemon essential oil more than an actual lemon because it is made from the rind and that's less acidic. The next one is Valor. Now this is a new one for the kit. And I was really excited to see that this one was added to the kit. It's another really good emotion oil. It's kind of a woodsy smelling essential oil. So it can be great for massages. It's great to put topically with a carrier oil. You can use it in a diffuser, right? It says use it to greet each morning with a positive attitude or refocus at the end of a challenging day. I had a friend she was having a really hard time. You know, some seasons of life are just not good. Like you don't feel like getting out of bed for whatever reasons. And so I gave her some Valor, and I'm not going to tell you, wow, it changed her life. She automatically jumped out of bed. But what she did say is that it helped a lot to just get her out of bed, to be able to start her day and do whatever she needed to do. And it just gave her that extra boost to get through her morning when she was really feeling down. And so it is a great thing. I've used it also when I've had to do like a presentation at work or I was nervous with something. It's a great thing to just put on your hand and give a little smell and give you an extra like boost of feeling of bravery and confidence. So I'm really glad that they have added this one to the kit. So that one again is Valor. This next one is Panaway. Right. Most often this is used after exercise to soothe muscles. It's a very stimulating aroma. Right. You can apply it to your back and your neck. Right. This has got to be one of my mom's favorite ones. She just loves the smell, and it's really great. You can make a nice blend with a carrier oil. And the one I like to use is I like to use Panaway. I like to use another oil called Copaiba. And I use the lavender. And I put them all together with some coconut oil. And then I can do that after exercise. I have it in a roller bottle. I can just roll it over if there's some place that I need to soothe some muscles. Right. And one of my friends, she's the one that gave me this idea to begin with. She said this was the oil that got her husband into essential oils because he came home from work one day and he was really sore and complaining of pain. And she said, well, can I give you one of my essential oil blends? And he said, well, okay. How long is this going to last? How long is it going to take for it to start? And she said, just to be on the safe side, she said 1 minute. So he put it on, and essential oils, they work very quickly. So even in less than 1 minute, like he could immediately feel the soothing aroma and his muscles were feeling better. And so that was kind of the turning point for him. Because until that point, he'd really kind of looked at, this was something she did and it wouldn't really, how would it affect him? And so it is a really great oil for those of us that like to exercise, but we don't like the pain that's often associated after exercising. You can also use something like this. A friend of mine uses this on some of her chronic arthritis, different other things that you might get sore muscles for. So it's not just exercise, but any kind of sore muscles, you can use it to soothe away. Digest. This is my other favorite oil. So if you remember from the beginning of this presentation, I was talking about having digestive issues, and this was the oil that my friend gave me, right? And so it's called Digest. It's a top oil for the digestive system, right? You can use it by itself. You can use it with peppermint. Right? You can, now, when I first started, my friend told me to use it topically, so I put some of the oil with a carrier oil, and I just put it directly on my stomach to help with my digestive system. You can also take it internally with water. That's why sometimes I say peppermint. Now that I've taken it more often, I prefer the taste to the smell, so I'd rather take it internally. My mom doesn't like the taste. She'd rather just put it right on her topically. But you can do either. Also, you can also take it in a veggie cap. So you buy little veggie caps and you can make your own little pill and take it internally. So Digest, it's just a great one for the digestive system. The other thing that I've used it for that it works pretty well on is that time of the month. It can also support some of your hormone systems. So it's a nice multi-purpose oil, and again, it's one of my favorites, right? And obviously, since that's the one I started with, it's one of my favorites. The next one is called Raven. Right? This one, again, is a good one for the respiratory system, right? You can diffuse it for a comforting aroma. You can add it with a carrier oil and rub it on your feet and chest, kind of like Vicks Vapor Rub, right? You can also put it in a steam. So if you're using steam to kind of open up your sinuses, you can just add a couple drops and use it in your steam, and it will help to open up your respiratory system. This is another one that's a great one to use besides peppermint before you do cardiovascular, because as it kind of helps with your respiratory system, it also will help to give you a little bit of better circulation as you do your exercise. And because it's kind of an uplifting smell as well, it will give you a little bit of energy too, right? So it's another one that I will put on if I'm exercising at home. Usually I put the peppermint on when I exercise somewhere else, because I always keep the peppermint in my purse. So there are a few oils I keep in my purse, and that would be the Stress Away, the Digest, and the peppermint. They're always with me at all times. So the next one is called Peace and Calming. This again is new too. This is a newer oil, right? And it does exactly what it says, kind of like Stress Away. This one's very, very literal. Peace and Calming has a calming sweet aroma, right? This is great for using for bedtime, for putting in a linen spray to spray on your sheets to relax and wind down. This is another one that I might use in the evening or night when I'm doing a stress relief or calming yoga, because then I can diffuse it while I'm doing the yoga to kind of enhance my practice, right? So just to kind of do a little bit of review, we've gone over 12 oils. These are 12 daily oils that I suggest that everybody get. And here's a few things that these oils help with. Things like digestion, support digestion, improve exercise, promote relaxation, support sleep, ease pain, improve focus, right? Support the respiratory system, help with oils, flavor water, use instead of fresh herbs and spices, make chemical-free perfumes and room deodorizers, and even more things. Right? And you can buy these oils all separately, and it would cost around $300, right? However, the other thing you can do is buy a premium starter kit from Young Living. And these are all the ones that are in the kit from Young Living, right? And I know that many of you seeing this may have other oils or may know of other oils. There are, again, a lot of different brands out there. This is where I want to tell you a little bit about why I use Young Living in particular and not some of the other oils. Right? I've used other oils, especially when I first started. I used different oils to kind of figure out the difference in what I liked, and then I did my research, like, how do I know if this is a good brand? Right? Why do I need 10 drops of lavender versus 1 drop of lavender from this company? And so I've done some of the research for you. So if you already have someone that you buy essential oils from, that's fine. If you would like to continue, I'll tell you a little bit more about the starter kit and why I in particular like Young Living. So I have 6 reasons why I use Young Living, and I thought I'd start with number 6. Right, one of the reasons I like Young Living is it has great customer service. I've had some problems with orders, routine things, and every time I've called them, they've been very helpful. They've told me how to use things. They've made sure that they've given me very clear instructions, and it's really nice because they speak English, and it's very understandable, and sometimes it's really hard to find. So that's number 6. Number 5, I like that it gives back to the communities it serves, right? If you go and look on their website, there's a foundation. It's a charitable foundation. They help different places all over the world. They have different focuses, and because I love to serve people and I work in the nonprofit industry, I really like the fact that they have a commitment to give back to all the communities. Number 4, it supports entrepreneurs and small business owners, right? People like me that just want to get out there and share the oils. We also, of course, can get a little bit of money from that, right? You won't see them usually sold in the store. You will see them on Amazon, but really beware of Amazon because Amazon does not police the people that sell things. You never know if it's really Young Living or if someone has just actually plastered Young Living on there. So it really does support single people, business owners, right? And you won't find this in big conglomerates. That also is a reason that they can keep their prices down. Third one, good quality, including internal use. Right? I do use the oils internally. I like to use them internally. And so Young Living has a good quality. They have also created a Vitality line, which is specifically for internal use. Right? It's very easy to see which ones you can use and which ones you can't, because there's a completely different label. As we've gone through, maybe you've seen there's some white labels, and all the white labels are Vitality line, right? And you can see that they are safe to take internally or regarded as safe. So it's very easy to figure out which ones you use internally and which ones you do not. Right? And a second, one of my most important things is they have this seed to seal promise. That goes back to the beginning when I was talking about transparent process. You can go to the website, you can ask questions, right? You can go to customer service, you can ask questions, and they are transparent about it, that they are not using chemical-free. They're chemical-free, they're not using pesticides or chemicals on their stuff. And if you really want to go to the farm, which I would love to do someday, you can go to their farms. You can see exactly how they make everything in the distillery. You can go out into the lavender fields in Utah and you can pick lavender. Right? It's really kind of cool that you can go right to the farms and you can see exactly how everything's been made and stuff. And I really like that about Young Living. And of course, the number one thing is I think it's the best price for the quality. And so the founder, Gary Young, his goal really was to get essential oils into everybody's hands so that everybody could be using them, using the power of essential oils. And so that's one of the reasons why the Premium Starter Kit, which has all of these 12 oils, is the only product that is always, every day, 365 days a year, it's always half off. Right? Because he wanted everybody to be able to afford to do this. Right? Everybody that wanted to be chemical free or wanted to be healthier using essential oils, he wanted them to be able to do this. So that's why he did why they have the Premium Starter Kit as half off. So just a little reminder, so this Premium Starter Kit comes with all 12 daily essential oils. So we've got lavender, peppermint, lemon, valor, peace and calming, frankincense, thieves, the citrus fresh, the raven, the digest, the panaway. So all those oils we went through, that's what the kit comes with. In addition, it comes with a diffuser. Right? We said that the German way, the inhaling with the diffuser, right, that's the most popular, it's the easiest way. And so the kit comes with a diffuser. Now the diffuser itself is worth $80. So this is a really good deal because it's really hard to find a really nice diffuser that is not expensive. Right? In addition, you get 2 Aroma Glide roller filaments. Right? And that way you can just change your rollers onto your essential oils. Mine is on Stress Away. My mom loves the frankincense, so one of her roller bottles is the frankincense. You also get the Thieves Waterless Hand Purifier. You'll get a sample of the Thieves Household Cleaner. You'll get 2 samples of Ninja Red. So this is the wellness drink and health drink that they have. It's what I'm drinking right now as I'm talking to you. I like to add the 2 ounces with some sparkling water to make a healthy soda. And so you get samples of that to try. And then you get a product guide because there's a lot of information that we're doing tonight, right? You might not remember some of it. So then you have a product guide that kind of reminds you of everything that we've talked about tonight. The kit also comes with a wholesale membership. What does that mean? That means that 24% off of any other oils you order after the Premium Starter Kit. Every single order that you place is 24% off. To maintain this wholesale membership, you only have to spend $50 in a calendar year, right? That's not very much. $50, that could be anywhere from 1 to 5 oils, right? And there's never a membership fee. They never say, oh, you need to pay more money. It's $50 a year. That's it. It's very easy. It's like purchasing 2 Thieves cleaner bottles a year, right? So $50 is very, very easy to spend, right? And that's what you get. And then you get 24% off for the rest. Right? In addition to everything you get from the company, there are some things that you get from me, right? Like Gary, the founder, Gary Young, my goal isn't just to sell you some essential oils, right? I don't want you to just buy a kit and everything stay on the shelf, right? My goal is to get everybody using essential oils, to know how to use them when you're tired, when you're stressed, to enhance your exercise. And so in order to do that, there are a few things that I give you myself. And the first thing I do is membership in my Facebook group. It's called Journeys in Oiling. It's where you can chat and connect with other people who love essential oils. You get a first look at all the promos and sales, any events or classes that I'm going to do. I always put them in the group, the private group first, even before some of the stuff I'll put on my Learn Essential Oils with Marie Facebook page, but everybody in the Journeys and Oils gets the first look at some of these things. The second thing you get is the educational resource guide, right? So I've talked a lot about different recipes I use, like the cuticle oil and the truffle recipe and the muscle cream, right? And obviously you're probably not going to remember that when you go and you get your kit. So what I wanted to put together was a little bit of a guide so that you could have some tips, some recipes, some blends to put into your diffuser that are all from these 12 daily oils, right? So that's the second thing, that's addition. Then the third thing, because I want to make sure that everybody understands how to use oils, that's my goal, is to help people to use the oils to become healthier, to be able to become more chemical free, right? We can't control what we get outside of our house, but we can control what's inside our house. But because I want everybody to be able to do that, I want to offer some personal consulting, right? Somebody that you can ask questions to that can help you with your individual needs, right? Somebody, if you want to know how to use something, if you are wanting to know what will support this system, right? That's all the service I want to provide, right? Because I want you to be able to use these essential oils pretty much on a daily basis, right? Obviously, if you want to become chemical free and healthier, you want to do something on a daily basis. And so I really want to be there to kind of help and ask questions. And you'll see there's my Gmail account, right? Many of you might have come from my Facebook page, which is Learn Essential Oils with Marie. If you didn't come from there, you can look it up on Facebook, Learn Essential Oils with Marie. And there's lots of other things that you can also follow there with recipes and with, more generic recipes and questions. But something that you might want that's personal or private or something specific, right? Always feel free to contact me. That's part of what you get when you purchase or you become a member of my team or my group. Right. So how do you do this? How do you order? How do you get to your first consultation? Right? So you'll see here, you'll go to this website, right? There's also a link in the description, right? You go there, you'll answer a couple questions, and then we really set up a time so that we get to meet. And I get to talk to you and get to really give you some personalized information. So this is a good spot to go to, right? If you have any other questions, right? Or if you have questions on what oils you think would be the best for you, this is a great way to do it. If you would like to order the premium starter kit, this is also how you order the starter kit, right? Is at this website. Right. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm so glad that you did, and hopefully I will see you soon, or I will talk to you. I look forward to it.